Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman here again. And today is kind of a special day for me because just yesterday I was able to cross the 1,000 subscriber threshold. And thanks to folks like you watching my channel, I was able to achieve that goal. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate you watching and bearing with me. I know sometimes I ramble on a little bit too much, but I'm just trying to relay some information to you the best way I know how to. And I've stood here at this very spot about a year and 2 months ago, and I was holding this little rifle here. Yes, this is my vintage 1967 model, first year production, Remington 581. And I took you with me on a little squirrel hunt that afternoon, and we harvested a few squirrels, and I really enjoyed that time. But like I say, you know, it's been a rather enjoyable time presenting what I do to you throughout the year, whether it's hunting or fishing or whatever. But like I say, you know, it's just been so much fun, and that's the reason I do it, because I love to go into the outdoors and explore and, you know, hunt and fish and camp, hike, whatever, and take you along with me. So I think it's only fitting to take you with me on another squirrel hunt in celebration of the 1,000 subscriber mark that I've crossed, and you know, just to kind of commemorate the year. And I've got some vintage ammunition here in my pocket. I'll share that with you, and I think I'll be using that on the upcoming squirrel hunt. Here I've got some Winchester Super X high velocity 22 short hollow point, not being produced anymore. This is vintage stuff. This is out of my collection, and I just recently acquired a brick of each of these. We're going to see just how well the old gun can handle this old ammunition, and if it's even still viable. You know, is it still usable to be able to take it out and go hunting? So we're going to be going to the shooting bench and see how well it fires and how accurate it still is. You know, as far as I can tell, the 22 ammunition that I see here, there's no corrosion. It's been stored properly. There's one of the cartridges there. You can see it's a short hollow point. It doesn't look like it's been exposed to any moisture. No sign of corrosion or anything like that. And that's the key to storing ammunition over a long period of time, keeping it in a cool, dry environment. You know, you don't want to leave it out where any moisture can get to it, like in a garage or a shed or something like that, or up in an attic where it gets really hot in the summertime. Don't want to do that. Keep it in a cool, dry environment, and it should last for many, many years. I've got another old rifle that we're going to be trying out. It's even older than this one. It's a vintage 1947, I believe. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look back at it. But anyway, it's an old Remington Model 511 bolt action, and it handles the CCI 22 short hollow point very well. You know, it's very accurate with that particular cartridge. And to my knowledge, I think CCI is the only ammo manufacturer that still produces a 22 short hollow point. I haven't been able to find it anywhere else. And this Winchester ammunition with the short hollow point has been out of production since, I believe, 1996, if I'm not mistaken. So I commend CCI for being able to do that, and I really appreciate that they specialize in rimfire loading, and they tailor each load for a specific purpose, and I really appreciate them doing that. And those of us that love our rimfires, you know, we really appreciate that. And my heart goes out to those folks, because they really try hard. You know, they try hard to satisfy the demands of us sportsmen, and you got to commend them for that. You know, we should feel fortunate for that. Well, anyway, folks, just to give you a little bit of history on my squirrel hunting experience through my lifetime, this was the round that I used to go to exclusively. You know, I didn't use anything else. I used the Winchester 22 short hollow point back when it was still offered. I remember using some of these boxes when they were still this white package, but then they changed later on. They had the beige colored package with the orange and red stripe, but it's the same loading. But that's what I used to use exclusively for squirrel hunting, and I harvested lots of squirrels back in the day. You know, it was a accurate, hard-hitting little round, just like the package describes on the back of the box. So let's go to the shooting bench and let's see how well this little old rifle can still handle the old vintage ammunition. And we'll see how accurate it is, because we definitely want to check for accuracy and viability before we go hunting. So come along with me. Let's try it out. Well folks, here we are at my shooting bench, and I've got some targets sitting out there about 40 yards or so, and we're going to try these two rifles. This one is the Remington Model 511, and it shoots 22 short CCI ammo really well, so I thought I'd give it a try with the Winchester, with the vintage Winchester. And also I'm going to be trying out the original Model 581 here, because I know it's a good shooter, and we'll see which one shoots the best, and then maybe later on we'll take it out in the woods, and you know, if the gun, either one shoots real well, or if both of them shoot well, we'll pick one out and do a little squirrel hunting with them. But I want to make sure that gun's on and hitting right at 40 yards. What I've got here are two bricks of Winchester 22 short high velocity hollow point ammunition, and I got these on Gunbroker from a young man who's known as Ohio Jake. So here's a shout out to you, young man. I do appreciate the offering. Check out his site. So anyway, just as a comparison, here I'm going to show you a close-up. This is the 22 ammunition the way it was boxed back in the 1970s, and then this here during the 1960s. Okay, this is really old ammunition, but we're going to use some of it in celebration of the 1,000 subscribers that I've gained. This is the ammunition that I used to go to back in the day when I first started squirrel hunting with a 22. It's the same bullet as the others. This is a 27 grain Super X 22 short hollow point. Very diminutive little cartridge. But don't let its size fool you, because they pack quite a punch. They're all that you really need for squirrel hunting. They're more than what you need for squirrel hunting. They have plenty of authority. Now, Winchester stopped making these in 1996. This was the last year that the 22 short hollow point was made by Winchester. Since then, I've been using the CCI 22 short hollow point high velocity, and these are excellent cartridges. Let me tell you, they're very, very fine cartridges. If you want to see a good review of these 22 short cartridges for hunting purposes, I've got a video out. It's called The Amazing 22 Short, so check out my channel and you'll see all about what I cover on these CCI short hollow points, as well as others, solid points, and tried them in various rifles. So let's go ahead and do a little shooting here. I'm going to go ahead and shoot 5 shots each. First we're going to try the Remington 511, and then we'll shoot the 581 and see how well both of them perform, and to see if this old ammunition is even still viable. You know, is it still good enough to use, especially for hunting situations, because that's what this channel is about. It's about hunting and fishing and just outdoor activities in general. That's why quite often I like to get these old vintage rifles out, because I know a lot of you own these guns and you think a lot of them. So, you know, I want to use them and put them to the test out here so that you'll have a guideline to go by as well. So let's take a few shots and see how well this old rifle, or both these old rifles, will do. Well, folks, those three groups were shot at 40 yards. The first one here, I shot with the Remington Model 581 using this old Winchester Western 22 short hollow point ammo. And then this other group here, I shot using the Remington Model 511. That's an older rifle. Not too bad, but definitely not as good as that. And then the last group I fired, once again, with the Remington Model 581, and all of them grouped right there, clustered around the bullseye. You know, that's pretty good performance for a 22 short cartridge like this that's 50 years old. All the shots went off just fine. I had no misfires. The tone varied a little bit between one shot and the next sometimes, you know, but I mean, I experienced that with a lot of other ammunition as well, even new ammunition. But you can't really scoff at groups like that for the 22 short at 40 yards. You know, that's not bad. That's a headshot on a squirrel every time, as is that. I mean, that's more than ample accuracy to go squirrel hunting here in the woods of Tennessee. Well, it's kind of windy this afternoon, but we're going to give it a try anyway, so we'll bring the little Remington along and see what comes along. Hopefully we get a shot or two at a squirrel. So come along and join me. Well, folks, that was a shot at about 35 yards using that Winchester 22 short hollow point. And I'd say it's still pretty effective because this squirrel here still had the acorn in his mouth. That squirrel never knew what hit him. He was down before he even realized it. But anyway, I saw several more squirrels on the way in here. There's one moving right up there. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here, be real still, and see if any more show up where I'm shooting towards. I don't want to shoot that way because there's a road up there, but as long as we keep our shots down towards the woods here, down towards this gully, we'll be all right. So it's getting a little bit late in the afternoon. They should start moving a little bit more, so stay tuned. Well, good morning, folks. Back here in the woods again, doing a little more squirrel hunting. And I'm a little bit further up the ridge from where I was yesterday, where I harvested that one squirrel. I saw a few more squirrels yesterday afternoon, but I just couldn't get a shot at them. But I noticed quite a bit of activity right here. There's a stand of pines, and they've been chasing one another up here. So I think what's going on is the beginning of the chase phase of the squirrel rut, which happens about every late December on into January. I brought my little Remington with me again today, and we're going to sit here and kind of get settled in here under this big poplar tree and see if they show up. Maybe we'll get off a shot or two. So stay tuned. Now we're all set. come up here and retrieve these squirrels. One of them I dropped over here by this pine tree. Yep, there he is there. He's had it. And the other one's right over here. Got that one right behind the shoulder there. Good shot on that one. So that's 2 for the stew pot. Might try to get one more. There's one hiding right there. I can see his tail. He's on the other side of that tree. Well, as you could tell, that one shot at that squirrel was a clean miss, because I think what happened is that bullet got deflected by a little twig. I can see it up there now. So, you know, that happens from time to time. And then that other squirrel that was up in that tall hickory where I showed you the tail was sticking out between the limbs, I was able to get around that squirrel, but I really couldn't get a shot because there were too many twigs in the way. But then that last squirrel there, oh, he presented another shot. And I hit that squirrel, but I had to go up there and finish him off. So anyway, that's 3 squirrels this morning. And really that's enough, because that's all I feel like cleaning anyway. There's a few fox squirrels running around here in these woods because I saw one about a week ago. So maybe when we come back next time, I'll be able to harvest 1 or 2 of those and at least get those on video for you as well. The deer season's still open, and I would like to get out and harvest at least 1 more doe for the freezer and share that with you. So, you know, stay tuned, because I'm hoping to get more videos out there. So listen, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you coming along, and I really appreciate you all subscribing. And this is a video that I put together, like I said, to commemorate the 1,000 subscriber threshold that I was able to achieve. And I really appreciate you folks out there. And hopefully I can bring you some more good content. So remember, if you can get outdoors and you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And until next time, this is a Cumberland Outdoorsman wishing you well. And y'all stay safe out there and get out there and enjoy the great outdoors. We'll see you next time. Time to get these squirrels up and head back home. Like I showed you in the other video, you can make you a little lanyard out of a twig here. Leave one of the branches intact. And then insert your knife right here, but don't go and cut it, just go all the way through with your knife. Put it on there. Now you can haul your squirrels back home.